Imagine warriors so lethal, their training alone could kill a man. These are not the stuff of comic books or blockbuster movies. These are real-life legends, forged in the fires of the world's most grueling military programs. These aren't Marvel heroes. These are real soldiers operating in the shadows on missions you'll never hear about. Their names are classified, their deeds whispered only in the halls of military history. They slip behind enemy lines, dismantle terrorist networks, and rescue hostages from the jaws of death, all without leaving a trace. They are the elite of the elite, forged in brutal conditions, silent and deadly beyond belief. Their training is a relentless gauntlet, designed not just to break the body but to shatter the mind and rebuild it into something unrecognizable. In the snow-choked forests of Russia, the sweltering jungles of South America, and the unforgiving deserts of the Middle East, these warriors are tested against the very limits of human endurance. Think Navy SEALs are the toughest? Think again. Around the globe, rival units push themselves to the edge, each vying for the title of Deadliest. The British SAS, whose motto is "Who dares wins," pioneered the art of unconventional warfare during World War II, striking fear into Nazi forces with their daring raids. The Russian Spetsnaz, born in the shadow of the Cold War, are infamous for their ruthless hand-to-hand combat and psychological warfare. We're counting down the top 10 deadliest special forces units on the planet, each more terrifying than the last. From the jungles of Brazil to the mountains of Afghanistan, these units have shaped the course of history, toppling dictators, ending hostage crises, and carrying out missions so secret, their details may never be revealed. We'll reveal their insane training, legendary missions, and the psychological conditioning that turns a person into a weapon. Imagine being dropped into enemy territory with nothing but a knife and your wits, expected to survive for weeks, evade capture, and complete your mission. These soldiers are trained to resist torture, withstand isolation, and operate under unimaginable stress. The final test for these soldiers is so brutal that almost everyone fails. In the infamous Hell Week of Navy SEAL training, candidates are pushed to the brink of madness, running on 2 hours of sleep, carrying boats on their heads, plunging into icy surf again and again. In the French Foreign Legion, recruits march hundreds of miles through the desert, their feet blistered and bleeding, their minds battered by exhaustion. Only the strongest survive, and even they are forever changed. But those who survive, they become human weapons operating at a level that defies belief. They are the silent guardians, the invisible hand that shapes the fate of nations. More dangerous than any superhero because their power is real, and their legend is still being written. You don't hear them coming, you don't see them. But beneath the surface, in the silent blackness of the sea, Israel's Shayetet 13 is always watching. Born out of necessity in 1949, just after Israel's War of Independence, Shayetet 13 was created to defend a nation surrounded by enemies, using the sea as their shield and their weapon. Their missions are legendary, like the daring 1972 rescue of hostages from Sabina Flight 571, or the 2002 Korean A raid, where Shayetet 13 intercepted a ship smuggling tons of weapons. When they strike, it's already over. Their enemies never see them coming. Number 10. Israel's Shayetet 13. Phantoms of the sea, masters of underwater sabotage, demolitions, and hostage rescues. They slip through enemy harbors, plant mines beneath warships, and vanish before the alarm is ever raised. Their operations are shrouded in secrecy, but their impact is felt across the Middle East. Their training is brutal, designed to break the strongest. Drown-proofing, psychological torture, and relentless physical punishment. Only a handful survive the selection, forging a brotherhood bound by hardship and trust. They endure days in freezing water, sleep deprivation, and the constant threat of failure. Every moment is a test, of willpower, of courage, of the ability to function when the body screams to quit. Shayetet 13 strips away fear and replaces it with pure, lethal efficiency. They are the ghosts of the deep, unseen, unheard, unstoppable. For every enemy ship that vanishes, every hostage that returns home, and every threat that disappears without a trace, there is a shadow in the water. That shadow is Shayetet 13. In the heart of India's most dangerous moments, a shadowy force stands ready, never waiting for the fight, but bringing it straight to the enemy's doorstep. These are the NSG Black Cats, India's elite national security guard, forged in the crucible of crisis and trained to dominate urban warfare. The NSG was born in 1984, after a wave of terror attacks shook the nation. India needed a force that could respond instantly to hostage crises, hijackings, and urban terror, no matter the cost. The government assembled the best from the army and paramilitary, creating a unit with one mission: neutralize threats with surgical precision. Training is brutal, recruits are pushed to their limits, shooting blindfolded to sharpen instinct, crawling through mud and fire and mastering every weapon in the arsenal. Only a handful survived the selection, earning the right to wear the black uniform and the iconic cat insignia. Their skills are tested in relentless live-fire drills, rescuing hostages, clearing rooms, and moving as one lethal unit through chaos. They train for every scenario: hijacked planes, besieged hotels, crowded markets. In the kill house, every second counts and every shot must be perfect. The world saw their mettle during Operation Black Thunder when they stormed the Golden Temple to end a deadly siege. In 2008, the Black Cats became legends, fighting for 60 hours straight during the Mumbai terror attacks, rescuing hostages and eliminating the threat room by room. Their reputation is built on courage under fire and a relentless drive to protect. The Black Cats are called in when all else fails, when the stakes are highest and the margin for error is zero. Their presence alone can end a crisis before a shot is fired. The NSG Black Cats, India's urban warfare masters, and a nightmare for any enemy who dares to threaten their homeland. When the US or NATO needs a ghost mission behind enemy lines, they call GROM. But who are these shadow warriors, and how did they earn their fearsome reputation? Let's step into the world of JW GROM, Poland's elite special forces known as the Ghost Warriors. JW GROM, or Jednostka Wojskowa GROM, was founded in 1990, inspired by the legendary Polish resistance fighters of World War II. Their creation was a direct response to the growing threat of terrorism and the need for a unit capable of rapid, precise action anywhere in the world. From the start, GROM worked closely with American and British special forces, learning from the best and quickly becoming their equals. GROM's selection process is legendary. Candidates are pushed to their physical and mental limits, hunted through forests, forced to evade capture, and trained for underwater combat in freezing seas. Only a handful survived the psychological warfare, the relentless tests of endurance, and the brutal escape and evasion exercises. Those who make it are transformed into masters of survival, sabotage, and direct action. Over the years, GROM has taken part in some of the world's most dangerous missions. They stormed oil platforms in the Persian Gulf, rescued hostages in Iraq, and hunted war criminals in the Balkans. Their operations are swift, silent, and devastating, striking like thunder and vanishing without a trace. This is why they are called Poland's Ghost Warriors. Their ability to move unseen, strike with precision, and disappear before the enemy even knows they were there has made them legends in the world of special operations. Whether fighting terrorism, rescuing hostages, or supporting allies, JW GROM stands as a symbol of courage, skill, and the relentless spirit of Poland. Number 8. Poland's JW GROM, Masters of the Impossible, Ghosts in the Night. If Alpha Group is sent to save you, pray you're not in the crossfire. This is Russia's Iron Fist, an elite unit forged in secrecy, born from the shadows of the Cold War. Alpha Group, or Alpha, was created in 1974 by the KGB, designed to counter terrorism and protect the Soviet state from threats both foreign and domestic. Number 7. Russia's Spetsnaz Alpha Group, ruthless, efficient, and feared for their brutal tactics. Their reputation was cemented during the 1980 Moscow hostage crisis, when Alpha stormed a hijacked plane, eliminating the terrorists with surgical precision. Since then, they've been the Kremlin's go-to force for impossible missions, hostage rescues, counter-terror raids, and high-profile assassinations. Their training is legendary and terrifying. Pain conditioning, beatings, and live-fire chaos are just the beginning. Recruits are pushed to their physical and mental limits, forced to endure sleep deprivation, psychological warfare, and relentless physical punishment. Only the toughest survive, emerging as human weapons with inhuman tolerance for pain and fear. When Alpha Group arrives, the mission ends, no matter the destruction. Their presence alone is enough to send shockwaves through enemy ranks. They are Russia's answer to chaos, the iron fist that smashes through any obstacle. In the world of special forces, Alpha Group stands as a symbol of ruthless efficiency, unbreakable will, and the terrifying power of the Russian state. In the world of shadows where silence is deadlier than bullets, there exists a unit whose very name is spoken in whispers. When the mission needs a ghost, this is who they send. Sayeret Matkal, Israel's most secretive and elite special forces unit, operates where others cannot, and where failure is not an option. Born in the crucible of Israel's turbulent history, Sayeret Matkal was established in 1957, inspired by the British SAS. Its original purpose, to gather intelligence deep behind enemy lines and to strike where the enemy least expects. Over the decades, their operations have become the stuff of legend, missions so daring, so precise, that many remain classified to this day. To even attempt to join Sayeret Matkal is to volunteer for the impossible. The selection process, known as GIGN, is a relentless gauntlet of physical and psychological torment. Candidates are pushed to their breaking points, enduring sleep deprivation, brutal marches, and constant mental pressure. Only a handful survive, proving not just their strength but their ability to lead under unimaginable stress. Training doesn't end with selection. Sayeret Matkal operatives master survival, evasion, and resistance to torture. They learn to disappear in plain sight, to become the enemy, to strike and vanish without a trace. Their skills are honed for one purpose: to infiltrate, gather intelligence, and eliminate threats before they ever reach Israeli soil. Their most famous mission, Operation Entebbe in 1976, saw Sayeret Matkal fly thousands of miles into hostile territory to rescue hostages from a hijacked plane. The world watched in awe as they executed a flawless assault, saving lives and vanishing before the enemy could react. But for every mission the world knows, there are dozens more that remain in the dark, their details locked away forever. Sayeret Matkal is more than a military unit, it is a brotherhood of shadows, masters of deception, infiltration, and assassination. They are Israel's silent guardians, operating in the space between war and peace, where the only rule is, never be seen, never be caught, and never, ever fail. This is Sayeret Matkal, Israel's shadow unit. Their stories may never be fully told, but their legend endures, written in the silence of the night and the safety of a nation. If you hear a shot, it's already too late. SEAL Team 6, officially known as DevGRU, is the shadow in the night, the force that strikes before you even know you're in danger. Their name alone sends chills down the spine of enemies worldwide. They are America's tip of the spear, the elite among the elite, called upon when failure is not an option. Number 5, SEAL Team 6. These are the men who took down Osama bin Laden in a daring midnight raid, who rescued hostages from Somali pirates, and who have executed countless missions the world will never know about. When the stakes are highest, when the mission is impossible, the call goes out to SEAL Team 6. But to even be considered for SEAL Team 6, you must first survive the legendary SEAL training, BUD-S. Hell Week breaks bodies and minds, forging warriors who thrive in chaos. Only the best SEALs are chosen for DevGRU, and then the real test begins. Grueling selection, ice water plunges, endless close-quarters battle drills, every weakness exposed, every strength sharpened. Every move is muscle memory, every decision life or death. In the chaos of battle, they are calm, methodical, relentless, unstoppable. Urban warfare, counterterrorism, hostage rescue. SEAL Team 6 trains for every scenario, mastering the art of war in the shadows. DevGRU operators are thinking weapons, precision, violence, and control. They move as one, a living weapon forged by discipline and brotherhood. Every mission is a chess match, every second a test of nerve and skill. Their stories are often classified, their victories unspoken. But make no mistake, when America needs a miracle, when the world's most dangerous threats must be stopped, SEAL Team 6 answers the call. They are the tip of the spear, silent, deadly, legendary. In the frozen north, where the sea bites and the wind howls, legends are born. The Danish Frogman Corps, descendants of the fierce Vikings, carry that legacy into the modern age. Forged in the same icy waters that once tested their ancestors, these warriors are more than soldiers. They are the Arctic Vikings. Number 4, Denmark's Frogman Corps, tiny in number, legendary in lethality. Their insignia, a trident, echoes the power of the sea gods their ancestors once worshipped. Every member is hand-picked, their selection as brutal as the Arctic itself. Masters of Arctic maritime warfare, the Frogman Corps operate where others dare not. They slip beneath the ice, unseen, moving through underwater labyrinths carved by nature's fury. Their missions, sabotage, reconnaissance, rescue, are executed in the world's harshest environments. Training is relentless. Helicopter drops into frigid seas, underwater mazes that twist and turn in the dark, and navigation drills where a single mistake means disaster. They learn to fight the cold, to use it as a weapon, to become invisible in the snow and ice. Survival in the Arctic wild is a test of mind and body. They build shelters from nothing, hunt in silence, and endure nights where the temperature drops far below freezing. Every challenge is a lesson in resilience, every hardship a step closer to becoming a true Arctic Viking. Their final test is as brutal as any battle. Captured, blindfolded, interrogated, they must resist, revealing nothing. The pressure is immense, the cold unrelenting, but the spirit of the Vikings runs in their veins. Escape is the only option. They break free from makeshift prisons, evade trackers through endless snow, and vanish into the Arctic night. Every move is calculated, every breath measured against the cold. And when all is done, they are left alone in the cold. No comfort, no warmth, just the endless Arctic night. But this is where the Frogman Corps are truly at home. They are the Arctic Vikings, unbreakable, unstoppable, and forever forged by the ice. In the shadowy world of counterterrorism, there are few names that inspire both fear and awe, and GIGN is one of them. Born from crisis, forged in the fires of chaos, the Groupe d'Intervention de la Gendarmerie Nationale was created in 1973 after a wave of deadly hostage situations swept through France. Their mission? To do what no one else could, to master the unthinkable. They're not here to negotiate. They're here to end it. Every member is hand-picked, tested to the breaking point, and trained to operate in the most extreme conditions imaginable. Their selection process is legendary. Only a handful make it through the grueling physical and psychological trials. Their most famous moment came in 1994, when terrorists hijacked Air France Flight 8969. The world watched as GIGN stormed the plane, rescuing every hostage and eliminating the threat in a matter of minutes. It was a display of courage, discipline, and flawless execution that stunned the globe. But what truly sets GIGN apart is their relentless training. The infamous trust shot drill, where one operator fires a live round mere inches from a teammate's head, demands absolute faith and nerves of steel. Every exercise is designed to push the limits of human endurance and trust. With over 600 lives saved, GIGN has become the world's top hostage rescue unit. Their snipers are among the best on the planet, capable of making impossible shots under unimaginable pressure. Whether rappelling down buildings or breaching fortified rooms, they resolve the impossible with flawless precision and discipline. GIGN is more than a special forces unit. They are a symbol of hope in the darkest moments, a force that stands between chaos and order. Masters of the unthinkable, they triumph where others would falter, and when the world's most dangerous situations demand the impossible, GIGN answers the call. They don't make headlines, they make history. Number 2, Delta Force, America's most elusive warriors. Born from the shadows of the 1970s, Delta was forged in response to a world where terrorism struck without warning, and conventional forces couldn't keep up. Their origins are as secret as their missions, conceived by Colonel Charles Beckwith, who envisioned a unit that could move unseen, strike without mercy, and vanish before the world even knew they were there. The Pentagon denied their existence for years. Even now, their true numbers, their missions, and their identities remain locked behind layers of secrecy. Delta Force is the most secretive U.S. unit, operating in the shadows, answering only to the highest levels of command. They are experts in direct action and counterterrorism, masters of hostage rescue, precision raids, and surgical strikes. When the world's most dangerous situations spiral out of control, Delta is the call that comes in the dead of night. Selection is a solo ordeal, designed to break all but the most relentless. Candidates are dropped into the wilderness, forced to navigate miles of unforgiving terrain, alone, with nothing but a map, a compass, and their will to survive. Land navigation over endless miles, no help, just crushing pressure. Every step is a test, of endurance, of resolve, of the ability to keep moving when every muscle screams to quit. Delta operators are the quiet professionals, ghosts in plain sight. They blend into crowds, slip through borders, and operate in the world's most hostile environments, always unseen, always unknown. They are the phantoms of the US military, ghosts who shape history unseen. From the Iranian hostage crisis to the hunt for high-value targets in the world's most dangerous places, their legendary missions are whispered about, never confirmed. Their successes are rarely celebrated, their failures never acknowledged. They move in silence, leaving only rumors and legends in their wake. For Delta, the mission always comes first. They sacrifice recognition, comfort, and sometimes even their lives for a cause that demands absolute secrecy. Delta Force, America's silent guardians. The phantoms who walk among us, shaping history from the shadows. Their stories may never be told, but their legacy endures, etched in the silence where only the bravest dare to tread. In the darkest days of World War II, a handful of men dared to do the impossible. Deep behind enemy lines, in the endless deserts of North Africa, the Special Air Service was born. Their mission? Strike where the enemy least expected, vanish before they could react. The SAS rewrote the rules of warfare: small teams, lightning raids, and a spirit that refused to break. From sabotaging airfields to crippling supply lines, the SAS became legends. Ghosts in the desert, feared by the enemy, admired by allies. Their courage and cunning set the standard for every special forces unit that followed. Today, the SAS selection is a legend in itself. 6 marathons, 5 days. In the unforgiving mountains of Wales. With 55 pounds on your back, every step is a battle. That's just the warm-up. Selection is a month of hell, designed to break the body and shatter the mind. Only the strongest, the most determined survive. The final test? A 40-mile forced march over Penny Fan in under 20 hours. Survivors face the jungle, where every step could mean death. They learn to disappear, to fight, to endure torture, and never give in. The SAS wants the unbreakable, the ones who keep going when everything says stop. Brotherhood is forged in suffering. Every scar, every bruise, a badge of honor. From the Iranian embassy siege in London to hunting war criminals in the Balkans to covert operations in Afghanistan and Iraq, the SAS has faced the world's most dangerous missions. They strike with precision, vanish without a trace, and never leave a man behind. Their victories are often secret, their sacrifices known only to a few. But when the world needs heroes, the SAS answers the call. They are the gold standard, the blueprint for all elite units. Their legacy is written in courage, in sacrifice, in victory against the odds. The SAS, originals, toughest, the best. They are the deadliest special forces in the world. Who dares wins. In a world obsessed with capes and superpowers, the true heroes walk among us, unseen, uncelebrated, and unbreakable. These 10 Special Forces units don't leap tall buildings or shoot lasers from their eyes. Instead, they redefine what it means to be human, pushing the boundaries of endurance, courage, and sacrifice. From the frozen wastelands of Denmark, where the cold bites through bone, to the scorching deserts of Israel, where the sun is relentless, these warriors train where most would falter. They are the silent guardians, standing watch in the world's harshest environments, ready to answer the call at a moment's notice. Their discipline is legendary, their sacrifice immeasurable. They miss birthdays, holidays, and the simple comforts of home, all for a cause greater than themselves. In the dead of night, when the world sleeps, they stand vigilant, protecting borders, rescuing hostages, and bringing hope to the hopeless. Each member is a weapon, forged in the fires of the world's toughest training. They endure pain, fear, and exhaustion, emerging stronger, sharper, and more resilient. It's not just about physical strength, but the unbreakable will to keep moving forward when every muscle screams to stop. Which unit gave you chills? Was it the icy resolve of the Arctic Commandos, the relentless grit of jungle warriors, or the precision of urban operators? Share your pick in the comments below, and if you believe these real-life superheroes deserve the spotlight, hit like and subscribe for more stories of courage. Remember, the world's greatest defenders don't wear masks or fly through the sky. They walk quietly in the shadows, carrying the weight of nations on their shoulders. Their stories are written in sweat, sacrifice, and silent acts of heroism. These are the real superheroes. We'll see you in the next one.